Hello, everyone. My name is Dustin Stambaugh, and I'm a student of California Baptist University's Doctor of Public Administration program. I am here to present to you my proposal for dissertation. It's titled Unraveling Disparities, a comprehensive examination of federal infrastructure funding challenges for Kansas area municipalities. I hope you enjoy. In this research, I explore a critical issue facing many Kansas area municipalities, the disparities in federal infrastructure funding, particularly for water and wastewater projects. As cities grow and infrastructure ages, the need for reliable water systems become more urgent. However, not all municipalities have equal access to the federal funds needed to maintain and develop this essential infrastructure. This study focuses on understanding the experiences of city managers and administrators in Kansas as they navigate the complexities of federal funding programs like the MEGA Initiative. By examining their challenges and successes, the research aims to shed light on the barriers that prevent equitable access to these funds. The purpose of this research is twofold. First, to identify the specific challenges these municipalities face in accessing federal infrastructure funds, and second, to contribute to the development of more equitable and effective funding policies. This study is significant because it addresses a gap in the current literature, offering insights that could help ensure that all communities, regardless of size or resources, have the opportunity to benefit from federal infrastructure investments. The research question for this dissertation is, what are the experiences of Kansas area city managers and administrators regarding the utilization of federal infrastructure funds, particularly the MEGA program? Some additional questions to assist me with that are, what are their experiences with accessing those funds? What are their experiences with training and grant writing for those funds? What are their experiences with having access to time and resources going after those funds? So the theoretical framework that I have chosen for this dissertation is public choice theory. And there are two sources that I thought did a really good job of explaining the concerns of people who back this theory. John C. Calhoun is one of them, and James M. Buchanan and Gordon Tullock is the other. Now, John Calhoun's concerns was about the tyranny of the majority and the potential for inequitable resource distribution. This perspective offers valuable insight on the challenges in water sewer infrastructure funding. Calhoun's emphasis on protecting minority interests suggests that funding decisions in this area may disproportionately favor politically powerful groups, potentially leaving less influential communities underserved. This dynamic can lead to significant disparities in infrastructure quality and access, as those with greater political clout secure more resources, while marginalized or less visible communities struggle to obtain the necessary funding for essential services. In addition, James Buchanan and Gordon Tullock's public choice theory provides further insight into these challenges by highlighting how self-interested behavior by politicians and bureaucrats can distort the allocation of resources. According to them, decision makers may prioritize projects that align with their personal or political interests rather than those that serve the broader public good. This behavior can result in the misallocation of funds, with resources directed toward projects that benefit a select few rather than addressing the most critical infrastructure needs. These combined perspectives underscore the complexities involved in ensuring that water sewer infrastructure funding is distributed fairly and effectively. These two perspectives fit perfectly with what a lot of my city managers and I have observed so far. So this lens seems to be a really good fit for what the study/dissertation is attempting to accomplish. In my literature review, I explored several key themes relevant to federal infrastructure funding, particularly for small and mid-sized municipalities like those in Kansas. First, I identified the challenges in accessing those federal funds. Many municipalities struggled with complex eligibility criteria and bureaucratic hurdles that make securing these funds difficult, especially for smaller communities with limited resources. Second, I examined the historical context and current state of water infrastructure in the United States. Past infrastructure investments, while impactful, have often led to uneven benefits, leaving certain regions, particularly those with marginalized communities, at a distinct disadvantage. This historical analysis underscores the importance of equitable distribution in current funding programs. Third, I looked at gaps in the existing literature. Most research that I've noticed tends to focus on large urban centers, overlooking the unique challenges faced by smaller municipalities. In addition, there is limited evidence on how local officials navigate the federal funding processes, particularly in the context of the most recently enacted Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. Overall, the literature highlights significant disparities and challenges that need to be addressed to ensure more equitable and effective funding for water infrastructure, particularly in smaller communities. My research aims to fill these gaps by providing a detailed exploration of the experiences of Kansas city managers and administrators as they interact with federal infrastructure funding programs. For this research, I adopted a phenomenological approach to explore the lived experiences of Kansas area city managers and administrators in utilizing federal infrastructure funds, particularly through the MEGA program. Phenomenology is well suited for this study as it focuses on understanding how individuals perceive and make sense of their experiences, allowing me to capture the depth and complexity of the challenges that they face. The research follows a qualitative design with data collected through semi-structured, open-ended interviews. I will conduct interviews with 15 to 30 city managers and administrators across the state of Kansas. This flexible format allows participants to share detailed insights and provides the opportunities to explore emerging themes that might not be captured in a more rigid structure. Purposeful sampling was chosen to ensure that participants are directly involved in infrastructure funding and urban development decision-making. This method allows for a focused exploration of their experiences with federal funds. For data analysis, I will use thematic analysis to identify patterns and key themes from the interview transcripts. This method is particularly effective in phenomenological research as it enables the distillation of rich, qualitative data into meaningful insights that address the research questions. The overall goal is to provide actionable insights into the challenges and opportunities Kansas City managers encounter in accessing and utilizing federal infrastructure funds, which can then inform more effective and equitable policies. Through this research, I expect to uncover several critical insights into the challenges and opportunities faced by Kansas area city managers, especially in accessing and utilizing federal infrastructure funds. First, I anticipate identifying specific barriers that these managers encounter during the application process, such as complex eligibility requirements, insufficient training, and limited access to necessary resources. Understanding these challenges can shed light on why certain municipalities struggle to secure federal funds despite the availability of programs like the MEGA initiative. Second, the research is likely to reveal the role of organizational capacity in successfully leveraging federal funds. For instance, I expect to find that municipalities with more robust administrative and technical support are better equipped to navigate federal funding processes and, as a result, achieve better outcomes in their infrastructure projects. In terms of significance, the findings from the study will contribute valuable insights to policymakers and federal agencies. By highlighting the specific needs and challenges of smaller municipalities, this research can inform the design of more equitable and accessible infrastructure funding programs. Additionally, the studies focus on Kansas, a region often overlooked in broader federal funding discussions, will provide a much-needed perspective that could lead to more inclusive and effective policy frameworks. Ultimately, the goal is to help ensure that all communities, regardless of size or resources, have the opportunity to benefit from federal infrastructure investments, leading to more resilient and sustainable urban development across the country. In conclusion, this research aims to address a critical issue: the disparities in accessing and utilizing federal infrastructure funds among Kansas area municipalities. By employing a qualitative phenomenological approach, I will delve into the lived experiences of city managers and administrators to uncover the challenges they face, the strategies they employ, and the impact of these federal funds on their communities. The findings from this study are expected to provide valuable insights that can inform policy discussions and lead to more equitable funding practices. By highlighting the barriers that small municipalities encounter and identifying areas where support is needed, this research will contribute to the development of more effective and inclusive infrastructure funding programs. Moreover, the study emphasizes the importance of considering the unique needs of all municipalities, ensuring that no community is left behind in the quest for sustainable and resilient urban development. As we move forward, the insights gained from this research will not only benefit Kansas, but also have broader implications for how federal infrastructure funds are allocated and utilized across the United States, ultimately leading to more equitable and effective public administration practices. Thank you for watching my presentation.